Hello everyone, this is Adil Aslamir. In the last lecture, we developed our first Windows Form application with ZH project. This lecture primarily focuses on advancing the concepts by performing different programs you must go through while studying your fundamentals of programming language. In this lecture, we will develop 4 different forms implementing different concepts in a single project. This include a program to add two numbers. We will also develop a Windows form to find the area of a triangle. Also, we will implement a program to convert US dollars to Pakistani rupees. Moreover, in the last, we will develop a program to calculate the average of any given 4 numbers. Okay, let's start building our first program which add two numbers as given by the user. In order to start our program, we first open Microsoft Visual Studio. For this purpose, we have to create a new project, file, then click on new, then click on project. This will open a new window, Windows Form application. In the left pane, we have to choose the Visual C hash. We give this experiment as lab 2 and click on OK. Okay, now our Windows Form application is ready. We have we have to develop our first program which add two numbers. In order to get two numbers from the user, okay, we have a text box control here. When you scroll down from the in the toolbox, you will get text box in the T. Okay, this is a text box. We can increase the height and width of this form from the edges. Okay, we need two text boxes to get two numbers from the users. Okay, this is, we click on the text box and drag it to Windows Form to the location where we want to place it. Okay, this is our first text box. Okay, I said to you earlier that from the properties window you can change the properties of this your control. You can change the font size, font style, everything you can change, but the main two properties are the name property and the text property. Okay, we have to give the appropriate names to your control so that you can remember in your program. This is your first text box for taking number 1. Okay, now this is our text box 1 to get first number. Okay, as I said to you earlier that we have a lot of properties, but the two main properties are name property and the text property. Okay, for this text box we have to change or give appropriate name to this text box. I change its name to text first, because in this text box I will get my first number. So in order to give information to this text box, we will insert some labels. So this is the label control and we drag it to in parallel with this text box. Okay, this will tell the purpose of this text box. So I change the properties. What we change the property is the text property to change the label text of this label. Okay, this is our label 1, so we change its text to enter first number. Okay, this is our first number. Okay, and moreover, okay, now first we as I said to you earlier that this was our text box 1. We change its name to text first. We can drag more text boxes here. We need 2 more text boxes, so I can copy and then paste here, and we can change its location. So again, this is a text box 1, so we have to change its text property, the name property, which was text box 1. We change it to text. This is text second. Okay, now its property is changed. So now its name is text second. Okay, so we again copy this label and put this label in parallel to text box text second, and we change its text to, this is not first number, this is second number. Okay, now we need another text box to get the addition of these 2 numbers. So we again copy this text box and put below here. Okay, again the text box start from text box 1, so we change its name to, this is our text result. Okay, and we also give a label for information that this text belongs to result. Okay, so we change its text to result. Okay, now so in order to perform addition we need a button, so we have to add a button control to this form. So in the toolbox, as you can see, this is a button. We can drag the button to its appropriate location. Okay, now we have to change the name and text property of this button. So I have to go to property. First I change its text property. This is addition, so I give its label to add, text to add. Okay, so now as you can see, the text is changed to add. Okay, now we can also change its name property. This is btn add. Okay, now in order to generate the event for this button, we have to double click this button. First I again repeat the concept that this text box, the text box for the first number is text first, the text box for the second number is text second, and for the result the text box name is text result. So in order to generate the click event, okay, we have to double click this button. We automatically diverted to the form code. Okay, as you can see, as I said earlier, that these are the libraries. This is the constructor, and this is our button add click. Whatever we put inside these two brackets, it will execute when the button is clicked. So in order to add two numbers, what we need to do is first I will declare two numbers as we normally do in C++, int first and second. Okay, in the console application, normally what we do is we get this number from cin or console.readline or anything like this, or print scanf. In this program, as you know, this is the Windows Form application. We get these numbers from the text boxes. So how we initialize this first and second? So the variable first, from where we get its value? We get its value from text box 1, and we already know that the text box 1 was changed to text first. So from where we get this number? Okay, as you write txt, all the text boxes get displayed. This is was text first, and this is the name of the text box. What we need to get from this text box, its text property. So text first dot, when you write the dot and t, it automatically tell you about this is text. So whatever you write in the text box, it is copied and it is placed in, it is shifted to the variable first. Okay, again this is the variable second is initialized from text second. So dot text. Okay, now as you see, I wrote text first dot text and text second dot text, but it is showing you some errors. What is the error here? It is showing that cannot implicitly convert type string to int. As you know, as you can see, the text box default data type is text or string. So your variable first is the integer variable, so it means that this is the source and this is the destination. So your source is string and your destination is integer, so you cannot copy the string to integer. So you have to parse or convert or typecast your or you cast your type to integer first. So in order to cast your type, okay, you first have to int dot parse, okay, and put this text first dot text inside in dot parse. What it will do, it will take the text from what integer you write in the text box, it will convert it, it will be parsed to int. This is called explicit typecasting. Okay, you explicitly converted the string in the text box to integer and put this number inside the variable first. So again the same concept applies to variable second. So in dot parse you have to put this text second dot text inside this parse, and it will convert the string into integer and put the string inside the variable second. So now you have to now you have to calculate the addition. Okay, so I will again declare another variable int result equal to, what you need to do is first plus second. Okay, so what this program tell you about, we declare two variable first and second. The value of the first variable, we get it from the text box, we convert it into integer and put the value inside the variable first. Same applies to second, and we add first and second and put the result in result. Okay, so now we have to show this result to text box 3, or we change its as I said to you earlier, that we change its name to text result. So we put this result inside the text result. So what we need to do is text result dot text equals to result. Okay, now again as you can see it is showing some error because the default property for this text result is text, and you are putting the result which is integer inside this text box. So your compiler did not implicitly convert your integer to string, so you must have to convert by yourself. So in order to do this, so your result dot to string. Okay, so now your integer is again passed to string so that it is compatible to the text result. So now it is okay. So what we do here, we declare two variable, we passed we pass these text boxes to integer, put in first, put in second, then we add these two numbers. Again your result is integer, so in order to put this integer into text box, you must have to convert into the string. So now we can execute this program. We click on debug. Okay, now we first enter we enter two number, this is 10, this is 30, and we click on add. As you can see the result is 40. So here as you can see, if I there is a problem here. If I do not enter these two number and then directly click on add button, if I click on add button, as you can see it is showing some exception that you didn't input a number inside the text box and you are converting the empty string into integer. And it is, as you can see, as you know, that you cannot convert an empty string or null string to integer, so it is showing you an exception. So in order to resolve this exception, okay, what you need to do is, so first in before adding or converting or parsing your text boxes, first when the button is clicked, you first have to check whether the user input the numbers in the text boxes or not. So what you need to do is, if text first dot text equals to empty string, or text second dot text equals to empty string, so what you need to do is you have to show some message box dot show that please input the numbers first. Okay, so in the else section, so what you need to do is you put all the code inside the else section or else block. So here you can see that when you click the button, first it checked that if text box first dot text equal to empty, or text second dot text equal to empty, then it will show the message box that please input the numbers first. If anything is inserted in these text boxes, then it will go inside the else section and it will do the same like we discussed before. So now I will debug this code, and now you can see if I don't input any numbers in the text boxes and I directly click on add button, it is showing that please input the numbers first. So if I input the numbers 30 and 40 for example and click on add, this is 70.